All right, welcome back, guys. This is episode 2 of our podcast, and today we have Lewis and Arraviind.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We are missing a few members, but that's okay.
It's alright. Then we're back next episode.
Yeah.
Next episode we'll have a few more people, but I guess we'll just kick it off.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't watch footy, do you, Arraviind?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, wait, Lewis, tell us about
Okay.
the Broncos.
So last night the Broncos, right? It was last round of so NRL has 25 rounds, and then similar to many sports, right? You have the top people, they qualify and they go play finals. So Broncos were doing well after round 19, so they were like in the top 4. They were like amazing. Last year they were like 14th or something like that. So it's a big
They were
jump.
trash last year.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing really well. And then what happened was after Origin, all of that, like they're not used to, I guess, doing so well all of a sudden. All these new players, they probably weren't used to a big season for them. Like one of their players got like the best player instead of Origin, right? They would have never probably thought about this coming into the season. Anyway, so they just collapsed. Like the last 5 weeks, they just malfunctioned. They just died, whether that be, maybe they're just tired, long season. They don't have the experience to go through all of that.
Wait, was it injuries or anything? Or like
Yeah,
they just
some
burnt
injuries,
out?
some suspensions here and there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's the big excuse. They just crumbled. They just lost big. Like the last 2 weeks before last night, they lost like 60 to 12, something like that, like 58 to 4. They were just getting pumped. Like you would never think a top team would get pumped that much, but yeah, they just malfunctioned. And then now they dropped out of the 8 last week. So top 8.
They were top 4 before.
They were top 4. So the last 5, they just went a downhill.
That's
right?
crazy.
They signed like a great player, like let's say in soccer, you sign like a Ronaldo or something to come to a club. You have someone that really makes the club do well. So they signed a big player, which was Adam Reynolds, which in the halfback position. So the halfback player is usually the game manager. So they're the thinker for the team, essentially. So they manage the game plan. They'll direct the team in attack and stuff like that. So they signed a really good player. So that's why they were doing well this year. But yeah, whatever, suspensions, injuries, they just crumbled. And then yesterday night, they had to win their game to give themselves a chance to make in this top 8. So they were just competing with this other team, Canberra Raiders, to take that last spot. Every other spot was like locked in. They just had to fight for that. Like if they won one more game like the past 5 weeks, they would have made it. But like they were fighting for that position. So then yesterday they lost to the Dragons. So the Dragons...
They lost to Dragons?
Yeah, lost to Dragons. Dragons is like average team.
Oh, they're mid. Yeah, mid-table.
So they gave themselves no chance because if they won that and Canberra was playing today, if Canberra loses today, they actually will be in. So they had to win, essentially, and they flopped it. And they were just so bad. Like, I was watching the game. In attack, they were just clueless. Like, they didn't feel like they were playing for a spot in the 8. They just threw the ball and then, like, got caught in wrong positions and then just... it was so messy. It was really hard to watch. It was like Broncos last year. Like, we thought they were much better this year, which they showed to be. But they just went back to old ways, sloppy defense. There was a player, literally like in the halfway, he broke through like 10 people's tackles and scored a try. Like it was just, everyone was missing him. Yeah, everyone was missing him.
Oh my days.
And like, it was just so tough to watch. If we watched that,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. And then they
We
dropped
should
out.
watch a game all together. And
Yeah,
just
honestly,
react to
we
it.
should,
That'd be
yeah.
good.
But yeah, so that was really disappointing. And now, I don't know what will happen.
So who are you going for now if Broncos are not?
Well, Cowboys. So Cowboys from North
They're still in?
Queensland. Cowboys was another team last year that did pretty bad, but they did really. Hence why Queensland won this year in Origin.
Yeah.
Because those teams were actually doing well during that period.
Yeah.
But Broncos collapsed. Cowboys kept going, and then so Cowboys probably will finish like third.
Okay.
So Cowboys were I don't know. They're similar to Broncos, like 12th, 13th, maybe something like that last year.
There's only one Queensland team in the top 8 now, or?
Yes, the Titans,
really?
the Gold Coast Titans are shocking. So,
What's the other one? That's Dolphins.
Yeah, that's coming in
next year. That'll be interesting, right?
So it'll be interesting, but
Yeah.
I definitely think they needed to plan more because they had Wayne Bennett. If you know Wayne Bennett, he's
The
like
coach,
probably like
yeah.
the big. Let's say like in soccer, like Fernando is that in Manchester United, coach the Fernando guy.
Oh,
Is that?
Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Oh my days, Alex Ferguson, bro.
Fernando to Ferguson.
Yeah, Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, he's at the go.
He's like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
probably like, that's how you compare probably.
Oh.
So then they got him signed. He's like he's older.
Yeah.
But then they didn't recruit any big names. They lost a lot of like big star players because probably no one really wants to go to that team just yet. They
Yeah.
don't know how it will go first year next year. So they haven't landed a big fish, essentially. So they probably should have given themselves 1 more year to plan. But I mean, they're in next year, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I was really, really disappointed last night.
Yeah, it's
it was
over
just
Queensland,
tough-
honestly.
tough to watch. So.
Sounds like you need a break from footy then.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
anyway.
Cowboys do well, so yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. Speaking of breaks, so
Okay.
like I've been planning like a holiday or something like end of year, right? Because was it now September, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Got my
like people
fast.
starting to plan trips like Christmas, New
Yeah.
Year's, things like that. Like, where would you guys suggest that I go?
In the
Like,
country?
I feel like, wait, you went to Bali, right?
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's going to Bali. Like, I see on everyone's story they're
Yeah,
in Bali or like Italy. Why is everyone going to Italy?
as well. That's right.
Yeah, Europe
What's
is
the other
crazy.
one? Spain?
Spain, Fiji,
Yeah.
maybe? Not that many,
I don't know.
actually.
I see it everywhere. Like, where would you guys go end of year?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Is there a specific place that you want to go? Like, is there? Because I mean, I want to travel the world eventually. But is there like a specific place that you want to see, something that you want to do? Where have you been? Where have you been essentially? Have you been?
It's been
anywhere?
around Asia, bro.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so easy to hop
Oh,
between
Yeah.
different countries and
Yeah.
things.
Do you want to try like something foreign that you've never experienced? Like, let's say, like Greece, etc. I'm just saying Canada.
You more like a Europe guy? You prefer
Yeah.
like close to Aussie, still like New Zealand, that kind of thing?
I guess so. I think it's hard because like I want to go as a group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I feel like a lot of people have been like solo traveling now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh.
obviously if you go in a group, you have to plan for like
Everyone.
what other people want to do as well.
Mm.
So like, what would you guys do?
I
Solo, group?
With Europe, I reckon it's best in a group.
Yeah,
Just because like Europe is like, I feel like when you're alone, there's not much you can do. Because
yeah.
like you can do all this like skydiving, whatever that kind of thing in Europe.
Mm,
But Europe as a group is a different experience, like clubbing, all that kind of thing.
yeah,
I think Europe would be amazing in a group. If it's like New Zealand or Bali, you could probably do some things in small groups, like 2, 3, 1 person, even
Yeah.
domestic as well. That's what I did. For Melbourne, I was alone for like 3, 4 days.
Do you not feel like? Do you not
I
feel
was alone, yeah, I was proper alone, but trust.
Do you go up and like chat to random people?
Actually, that happened to me. I wasn't even speaking to them. I was just it was like a nice bar, and then this exchange student from America was just sitting next to me, and she was like, "Oh, hey, what are you up to?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And then we had a
Oh, so they
conversation. Yeah.
shared a conversation.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
she like a
really good.
backpacker or something?
She's doing exchange in Perth, studying neuroscience.
Mm.
She was just doing like a tour around Australia on her break.
Wow.
So she was Brisbane. She had a Sydney flight the next day at 5 a.m. I
Yeah.
was like, oh damn. So she actually said, she was like, whoa, what are you drinking? And I was like, oh yeah, this. I said, all right, you buy one. I'll buy it for you if you don't like it.
Yeah.
And then she liked it, and then just talked for like an
Did
hour.
you get her LinkedIn? Bro, that's next
Making
level.
moves. Oh,
Sure is, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, you don't get DMs nowadays. Add them on
Look,
LinkedIn.
yeah, look, in person after COVID, bro, you gotta use them, Riz.
I guess good place. I feel New Zealand would be a pretty cool place to travel. Somewhere
Yeah.
close. That would be somewhere close.
Yeah.
That's because I think they have really good views. Like, I see everywhere. Like the views are amazing in New Zealand. But I think if you want something different, I'll definitely say something like Spain, Greece. I think
Yeah.
Italy, stuff like those. I think are pretty interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, even like have you been to Japan?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, Japan would be a place like Asia, I guess again.
But we both know if we went, we'd just turn into like, well, I'll turn into like a sumo, bro. I'd eat everything. So
Yeah.
I got to plan that out,
You know,
right?
because I went to Japan after our graduation in year
Yeah.
12, and then it was a good experience, right?
Who'd you go with? Your
Just
family?
fam.
Oh.
Yeah, because we went to Hong Kong,
Yeah.
and then
Oh,
we
it's
had
close by,
like
right?
2 weeks. Yeah, this
Yeah.
was after like during school or something.
What do they
people
call
would
like
go to-
stopovers and things? Like people
Layover?
just...
Yeah, I mean, no. Well, we were there for like 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
And then, like my experience there was after I went to Japan,
Yeah.
I came back to Australia, I would start bowing. So everywhere I'd go, like, it was just unconscious. I'd just be like bowing because I'm so used to it there.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
everyone bows.
Yeah.
Everyone's just like that's how the way to greet people. That's how I experience it. So
okay.
I would like
So it only
slightly,
took you 2 weeks
yeah,
of
and then I
bowing.
was just like slightly, and then I was like, oh wait, no, this is a bit weird.
Get
not
yourself,
people-
yeah.
But yeah, that was. I mean, Japan was a good experience. Like I think food wise and just the experience there was really interesting. It was really cold.
Different
there.
like your different culture.
The culture wise, I think
Yeah.
experience a different culture is really interesting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But would you live over there though? You reckon?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would live there permanently.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But you give it an extended,
Maybe
like
I
a
might
year or
give,
two.
yeah, Japan would be a place that I think it'd be good. I think PewDiePie didn't he move to Japan?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, exactly
That's
right.
Is he
right.
still there?
He
recently
lives
moved
there. He
He
lives
was in
there.
Brighton before in London, England,
Yeah.
and then he went to Japan like 6 months ago. He's living
Wow.
there permanently with his wife.
Does he just? Is he Japanese?
No, she's Italian.
Oh.
Yeah, I guess
then-
Japan's a good place to live in. Like, I generally think it's like.
I think it's good for foreigners, but I don't know how it is for
Yeah,
general
I don't know.
population.
What else? What other place? Canada. How about Canada?
Canada's nice. It's
Like
got like everything. It's got
Vancouver and all that?
mountains, canyons. It's got like all the. Wait, do you like nature or not really?
Bro, that's the thing. I like.
Anything.
You go sightseeing and stuff, like you see nice mountains. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool for like 5 seconds,
Yeah,
and
I
then
agree.
and then I'm like,
It wears off.
yeah,
you
the
drive 5 hours,
the
yeah.
novelty only stays there for a bit. Whereas some people like love it, and they're like, people. That's why people take photos on their
Phone?
phone because they look at it like 2 months later, right?
Yeah.
But I'll take photos of like a mountain, and then I'll never look at it again. But then I only took photos because everyone else took photos.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
dumb.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
I think I'm chasing like experiences
Yeah, no, I get you.
rather than like
Like
skydiving,
culture-wise,
nature
like
nature
food?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Food,
think so.
experience the culture.
Or like doing fun stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like Japan, that's why I think Japan, like, Mario Kart racing, they have those. I think that was pretty interesting.
What?
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
real life Mario Kart racing.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I've never experienced that. That's something
Yeah,
I want to do. But they'll be on the streets and they'll just drive in like a cart and they'll be dressed up. It's pretty cool.
No
like,
way.
yeah, so they're
Okay.
dressed up in carts and then they just, I guess they just drive around. So,
Holy, the
That's pretty
roadworthy
cool.
as well.
pardon?
The roadworthy carts.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well,
Oh.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've never done it, but
Uh,
that's interesting. I think those are culture-wise pretty cool.
I guess we'll book a trip to Japan then.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll all do a trip eventually.
Bro, you never hear
so-
anyone say anything bad about Japan.
Yeah. That is,
Like,
I don't- yeah, I
like
never-
Japan was the shittest holiday I've been to.
yeah.
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 It's quite popular.
I've heard it's expensive, but aside
Yeah.
from that, like everyone's enjoyed it.
Everyone
Yeah.
likes it.
Yeah, how about Europe? Like London, those areas? Would you go there?
I don't know. Is it that much different to like Australia?
Probably not. Probably
Yeah.
in terms of, I guess,
Just because it's so
British
westernized
kinda
and
stuff,
stuff.
yeah.
But obviously there's all the history and
history and
stuff.
stuff. That'll be different.
Yeah.
I think that'll be interesting.
I think like I lived in England obviously, so I know what the culture's like there. It's quite similar to Australia,
Oh.
but like actual Europe, it's way different. Like just between countries like France, they're very different culture. Italy to Spain to Portugal, they all have different cultures.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like their nightlife, even like for example in Japan, I think like you're allowed to sleep at work, right? Out of respect, something like that.
Probably, yeah, I think so.
I think like
I,
if you're
I thought they're known to be workaholics.
yeah, but I think it's like respectful if you let them sleep for something. Oh, I can't remember what it was.
It's big in Asian cultures to like, just nap, like afternoon naps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's like it's not like if you live there, that's a culture thing for you. Like you're got climatized to it. But if you as like a foreigner, like you're visiting for
Yeah.
a week or so, you don't really get the full experience.
Yeah.
So how long would you go for if you went to Europe? Like 2 weeks?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends
how long's your trip would you
It
plan?
depends how big my bank account is, to be honest.
How about like America? Would you LA?
Bro,
California, would
America's
that
so
interest you?
big, bro. Like
Yeah,
every
it's
state's
massive.
different, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we'd have to plan it through, right?
So you're saying if you were to go, you'd want to go to all those places? Well, because you're there anyway. is what
yeah,
I'm saying,
might as well. Like America's its own trip,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I get scared though. Like I don't know if mainstream media's like painted America to be like.
It's very scary. The guns
Yeah.
and stuff.
What do you
yeah.
guys think? Is it
Yeah,
is it safe or does it depend on what state you go to?
I mean, I think people view Australia as like like just rattlesnakes and spiders. And
Outback, yeah.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, in a sense, but also not really. Is
Yeah.
that, I think, similar to America in that sense? Yeah, in a sense, but not really at the same time. I think, obviously, guns are obviously a big problem, but I would assume that generally there probably wouldn't be if
They're
I
more
just walk
civilized
around.
than we
yeah.
expect them to be, just based
Yeah.
on the media. But
I
like,
guess based on media.
there's still red flags, or like no healthcare,
oh,
guns, and they also have like some certain laws, like things like not abortion, but like the ones which like impose. It's gonna be too techy if I mention it. I'm trying to think what's like a general law that America has.
Don't get us cancelled.
I don't want to think. I don't want to go
but
into
yeah, I get-
that,
I get
but
what you
yeah,
mean,
but like
yeah.
they have laws which are like
Yeah.
they wouldn't fly here.
Different. They're different. Yeah.
I know healthcare, like, we're lucky that it's all free here, right?
Yeah, the ambulances
But-
cost like $2,000 for a call out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Couple grand.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. If only there was buy now, pay later. After pay for that healthcare stuff. Do you reckon that'll be a thing one day?
On healthcare,
Yeah.
I feel like if you die, then you can't really pay later.
No, but like, let's say you got to get a cancer removed right now, right?
Yeah.
It's like time urgent, but
Yeah.
then obviously you can't afford like 200 grand.
Oh,
Maybe
then
you
I
can
like-
pay in like 50k packages.
Yeah.
Or whatever packages you choose to.
I think that's the thing. That's just like
Yeah.
it's like an emergency loan, I think. But I don't know
Oh.
if they can commercialize that. If that's what you mean, like commercialize that.
Oh, yeah. Because I guess they're not doing it for profit. They're still just trying to.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if they accept too many, then everyone's just doing it,
Everyone
right?
will just
Yeah.
say.
There's a
that would
loophole.
probably make sense, yeah.
But
but yeah.
America in general has a bad history with money. Like student loans. Like people have like 800K in debt
Yeah.
walking around.
Mm.
So I think the
Mm.
hospital system is probably even worse.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
do you guys use Afterpay and all that?
You? I don't use it much. Yeah.
Nah, I only spend what I can afford to spend because I think if I got in the habit of doing Afterpay,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, I spent money I don't have. I'll keep doing it, and then it'll end up being a debt bigger than I can afford. So I'd rather just spend what I have saved.
Yeah.
Wait. So how actually? So I actually don't really know how Afterpay. So I guess the general sense is you buy it and then you split up your payments. Is that how it works? Or what do you mean by Afterpay? Is it like
I think you pay like a first payment, don't you?
Yeah.
Which might be like a quarter of it,
okay?
and then I don't
They'll
know.
Monthly
charge you
payments.
interest on the other payments.
I
if you do it late.
Yeah, it's only if
Yeah.
you do it late. So let's say, for example, you pay $300 and then it's like a 6-month plan.
Yeah.
Each month will be $50. If you pay late, there'll be late fee of like $25 or like an interest if there's like a certain period after the meant to pay.
Right.
As long as you pay on time, then you're only like paying extra $5-10 processing
Right.
fees.
Yeah.
But if you're late, then that's how they get you. That's how they make money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I see.
Dude, the thing is, like, I ask people all this, right? Like,
Yeah.
have you used it? But like, I don't know. Maybe our circles are different.
Mhm,
Not saying we're different, but like, I don't know anyone who uses like these systems. Like, what's it called? Like Zip Pay, Afterpay.
Mm.
Yeah. So how are they making a profit? Yeah.
I guess it's
'Cause-
targeting probably different like
Demographics.
demographics.
Because I
I'd
think
say.
our
Who do you
ones
think's using it? Like teenagers and stuff.
Oh, actually no. Actually, when I worked
Or like
in
adults?
retail, a lot of adults are using it.
Yeah,
I'd
because
say
you worked
adults
in.
would be
Did a lot of
using it.
people use Afterpay?
100%, bro. I was like, what the heck?
What?
It's crazy. They had like $1,000 racked up on their Afterpay. I was
Wait,
like,
so
what the heck?
Afterpay is like a card? Is it how?
Yeah, it's like it gives you a barcode and you just scan it. Like you have a certain amount of balance,
Okay.
and each time you scan, your balance goes down, down, down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can repay it over time.
I feel adults would use it, but probably like bills and all those things that
Yeah.
they manage.
Yeah.
and
They buy weird
families,
things with it. Like they
etc.
were buying like a toaster with it. I was like, bro, you just save up $100 for a toaster. man.
Yeah.
Doesn't make
Oh, they
sense.
need the toaster right now.
You're right.
They need toaster right
Honestly,
now.
wait for your paycheck, bro. Like it doesn't make
Bro, you
sense.
can't microwave your bread. It's not the same.
But I think probably because like people probably base a lot of it based off their paycheck, right? So that's why they'll schedule it
Yeah.
according to their paycheck. So they
Yeah,
get paid
exactly.
that week and then they pay it off. That thing. I think that's how probably
Yeah.
a lot of adults.
On the same
Dude.
vein, how do you feel about credit cards?
Oh, it's different in Australia, isn't it? Because I know it's a bigger deal in America, like getting
Yeah.
a good credit history
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I don't personally own one,
Yeah.
but
Neither.
if I knew it would like, because it does benefit you if you go for like a mortgage or something,
Mm.
doesn't
Yeah.
it? Here, even
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean slightly because, like, obviously I bought a property
Yeah.
and then it does in a sense, but also not really because, like, for me, I don't have a credit card, but we all have credit histories because we like pay our phone bills and
Yeah,
stuff like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
So, stuff like that. So you can check your credit score off that. Like I think there's an app called Finder. Not sponsored, not sponsored by the way.
Mm. Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
there's an app, and then I
The
think
rates of
Finder
credit
you
score,
can
yeah.
you can see your credit score.
Mm.
It varies. Like it does, I guess. Factor if your credit score is really bad, then obviously that's something to concern. But if you're like good, I don't think they really worry about it too
Yeah.
much. As far as I know
Oh.
in Australia, because that's probably not a big concern. But if it's really bad,
Yeah.
then that's obviously a concern.
Because I think one of the benefits of credit cards, you know, like when you said sign up, if you spend in the first month like $3,000,
Yeah.
they'll give you like 100,000 pre-compliant points.
Yeah.
Like, would
Yeah.
you do that for a card? Or
Those
It's
are
no?
called
the benefits,
churning,
yeah.
isn't it?
I think churning, like
Yeah.
if you use multiple ones at a time, but
Yeah.
then the only thing is like you just spent $3,000 in that month, so like
Dude, I didn't spend $3,000 in a month,
Exactly,
bro.
like,
I think if for those people that do spend that
Yeah.
much, and you're on top of your finance and making sure that you can actually pay those,
Yeah.
I think it does have benefits because why not? Like you're going to pay for it anyways,
Yeah.
and you're getting rewarded anyways. If you
That's
can
true.
stay on top of it, I think it's definitely important.
You can fly to Europe. Maybe I should get a credit card and start spending them.
Yeah, the Qantas ones give you like
Yeah.
120k. That's like a business class flight.
Was
so
it
like,
frequent flyer points?
Yeah, I think that's it. Depends on the company because the Qantas is frequent flyer,
Yeah.
Virgin's something else, like that kind of thing. But
Because, like, do you guys have credit cards?
No.
And what does it take for you to get credit
you
cards?
need to have a stable income, I think, first of all, right? Like, because that's
Yeah,
really
you would
proof
have to,
that you
yeah.
can pay
Yeah.
each time. The second thing is like,
When your expenses might go
yeah,
up.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like if you to be a certain, at least have like a certain amount in your bank account, like at least 10 grand, something like that.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then I think you need like a guarantor, like your parent or guardian, that kind of thing. I think aside from that, it's pretty simple to get a credit card because obviously they make money as soon as you don't pay, so they'll give them out pretty easily, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe eventually we would or eventually have one. I just don't think we actually need the need for it
Yeah.
right
Maybe
now.
when we have kids or something.
Maybe
don't know.
potentially. Maybe we'll be using Afterpay, right, in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, to pay on
Who
rent?
knows?
Yeah.
So,
Is there Afterpay for crypto?
um,
It probably isn't, right?
there is no. I don't think so. There is obviously rewards you can get.
Yeah.
Like you can get
Yeah.
rewards from
For using
spending
it.
stuff, but I don't think.
I think
there's
because the market
Afterpay.
fluctuates, then like what if your value goes below what you pay?
Oh,
Then like,
shit.
yeah.
You're a genius, bro.
Yeah, so
That makes
that's
so much
That's why you
sense.
can't have to pay stocks either. But you can do
Yeah.
option tradings, but this guy's the expert on that, you know?
No.
Yeah.
But okay, this is very off topic.
Go on.
Yeah.
I'm going to the topic is, what do you guys think on the like feature that Instagram implemented? So you know how on stories you can like people's stories.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you guys think it's a good feature to have?
Bro, it's
You don't like it?
like, people will do that to my stories, right? Like
I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, but I do it as well. But how's it any different to doing like, you know how you can react with like an emoji?
Yeah,
Yeah.
With like the love heart eyes or
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, for me, I think it's like a subtle way to just like something.
Oh.
Because let's say you react to something, I'm thinking people can think of it as flirty. I don't
Yeah.
know, like let's say
Oh,
hypothetically.
okay.
But if you like it, I don't think it's as flirty.
Yeah.
Do you guys agree with that? Do you think is a little bit of a difference, or is it more the
I
same?
think-
Bro, it's sending a love heart.
Yes. But like it's still like you like posts on Instagram, like
I know what you're getting
Yeah,
at,
that's
on
still
your
love
feed,
heart.
The
it's still
like
love.
is the default one, and react is like going out of your way.
Yeah,
so like
that's
if you're just
what I
tapping
feel.
it, it's just like an interaction.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
So
yeah.
I like a lot
No, I
of
agree
people's
what you mean,
stories.
yeah.
Like guys, girls, I'll just like it because I think it's like a cool story. I'll give
Yeah.
it a like. Yeah, I think it's good. I think
Yeah.
it's like a nice feature. When it first implemented, I was just like, oh, it's pretty pointless.
Mm.
But I think over the time, I started using it. I just like a story without
Yeah.
needing to message them or have a
Oh.
conversation. I'm not saying I don't want to have a conversation with them, but like
It's
just
just
like,
easy, right?
It's just easy.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. Do you use it often?
I've actually never used the like feature.
You've never used the like
I've
feature?
used the react one, but on stories, there's never liked
You
anything
never.
like that.
Oh,
Because if you
wow.
react, right,
Okay.
doesn't it send something to their inbox?
Yeah,
and then
yeah, swipe up.
they're not encouraged, but obviously.
Inclined.
to react
Yeah.
back and all that,
Yeah.
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 So that's how I felt the use. Like I'll just like it.
That
be
makes
like,
sense.
Like I've seen the story. Like it's a pretty cool story, but you don't have to reply to me. You don't have to get back to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Because I feel like if people react to your story, it's good to like their reaction back or message them back, and then a conversation builds,
Yeah.
which is fine. But I
You
think-
changed my mind, bro. In
You think
literally
so?
5 minutes. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. So, but okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I use it quite often.
How about the other side? Like, if you notice they usually like your stories and they stop liking your stories, how do you feel about that?
They just didn't see it.
Well, what
Don't,
the-
don't
you-
overthink,
you
bro.
can-
It's
you can-
fine.
they
Yeah,
feel it,
I don't really overthink like that, but
Oh, okay.
No one's tracking.
yeah,
no one
no
cares,
one's
bro.
tracking. But I
Remember
mean,
to like
like,
all Waaflmn stories though, yeah? Thank
yeah.
you.
Alright, please like our stories. But like yeah, let's say Andrew posts a few
Yeah.
stories. I'd be a regular liker here and there, but I
Yeah.
don't think if I don't like
Can
a story,
confirm.
yeah.
Oh, Lewis hates me.
Yeah, I don't think
so
I don't think like,
sad.
oh, why didn't Lewis like this story? I don't think you'd think like
Yeah,
that. I think
that's
it's just
good
like
then, okay, because it's
yeah,
less effort.
subtle,
okay.
yeah, subtle way, and then yeah, you just like it. I think it's pretty cool.
It's just nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. No, makes
Do you
sense.
do you think it's flirty? If a girl likes your story, would you think it's flirty?
Or it depends on my friendship with the girl. If they have a history of doing that, then no.
Okay.
If it's like,
If they just suddenly like one
Yeah.
story.
it could be a bit like, hey, have a conversation with me.
Yeah, because like, why are they reaching out? You
But
know
let's
what I
say
mean?
that story is not real. It's like a story about a news article or like a story about something different, like something random.
Yeah.
Do you still think that's flirty?
Need
Or does it
context,
base
bro.
off that story?
You need context. Like, you need to know who she is.
Okay.
And like what the story is. Like, if it's like something like meaningful,
Yeah. Okay.
like
Like
something
if it's
that's
a
just
quote, you wouldn't think it's
like if the
them.
Broncos dropped out and she love reacted,
Yeah.
she probably hates the Broncos.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
She
Yeah,
probably
Gotcha,
thought
yeah.
it was funny. You
Yeah,
know
So
what
it
I mean?
depends if it's the
It does
post,
depend,
the
yeah.
content's first or your first. If it's like a TikTok, it's funny. That's about the content, not about me, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
But if
If
your
it's like-
story's like a selfie,
Yeah, it's like me
Yeah.
with my dog, then that's like different, right?
Okay, so
Yeah.
if it's that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess leaning on from that, what do you guys think about girls with a lot of guy friends, and conversely, guys with a lot of girlfriends?
why are we all looking at me, man?
You know, what do you guys think? I'm just asking. Do you want me to go first? I'll
Yes,
go first.
go for
So,
it.
I think it obviously does depend. I'll never say you can't do that.
Yeah.
And some people vibe with, like, girls vibe with some boys that talk well.
Yeah.
I'm sure we know a few. And then similarly, there are some guys that have a lot of friends that are girls because they
Yeah.
probably just vibe with them well. I guess I don't see it more so as a red flag or anything. If you, let's say you got into a relationship and then your partner has a lot of friends of the opposite gender,
Yeah.
I think as long as you have that open communication and actually say introduce them, as long as you're not hiding anything,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. If, let's say, my girlfriend has a lot of friends that are guys, and she introduced me to them, like, let's say we all go play sport together on a
Yeah.
weekly basis, hypothetically, I wouldn't have a big concern with it. But then if she doesn't, and they're just like, it's secret and this is like hidden,
Yeah.
and they won't want to get to know me, then I would say that's more of a concern. But I wouldn't say it's like anything negative. Yeah,
I
what do you
think
guys think?
it's how they made the friends. If it's shared interest like basketball, some kind of sport
Yeah.
kind of thing, then there's no reason why it'd affect your relationship at all.
Yeah.
But if it's like one of them is her ex or like one of them is her friend's ex, that kind of thing, you're just opening yourself up for like a word of hurt eventually. Because then like you're in that group and then you expose yourself to that.
I got
so
you, yeah.
I would say like if it's not like a shared interest or it's not like a
There's no
long-term
history,
friend,
essentially.
history between them, then
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah.
I think it's what you touched on is communication, right? Like you just letting them know.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, I'd be concerned if it was my girlfriend and she had a lot of girlfriends as well, right?
Okay.
But like she never introduced them to me.
Yeah,
I'd
similarly,
still be
in the same
concerned, right? But I guess there's always gonna be, it's always gonna be in the background if there's two opposite, like sexes involved in a friendship, right?
yeah.
Because there's always gonna be physical attraction
Yeah.
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
That's why I think communication. That's the boring answer.
Would you
right?
say it's a concern? Let's say your girlfriend, she has a lot of guy friends. She would go hang out with them, and you're not there. Would you be concerned about that, or
I
does
don't
that
know.
again depend on the people? Let's say those people are just friends. You've met them before, but she would hang out with them weekly. Like, let's say before she met you,
Yeah.
she did this already. Like, it was just a weekly thing. Maybe weekly is a bit too much, but like monthly thing for them to catch up.
Yeah.
And then she met you, and then you start dating. But there's no reason for her to stop doing that. Would you feel like you should join them, or you're happy to let them be?
I think, like you said, communication. Like, if she's not inviting you, then you can ask, like, "Oh,
Why am I not invited?
Exactly,
So you'd
then-
want her to invite you, essentially. You would
yeah,
expect
like
that.
you wouldn't." I don't think I should need to ask, like, "Can I join you guys to this?"
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
like it's her friend group, not my friend group. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this should be on her to like change that dynamic between me and them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then let's say her response is like, it's my friend group, and like I was with them
Yeah.
before we started dating. Let's say then, like, it feels right for me to just hang out with them. Like, she's like, I get your point of view, but then at the same time, like, I don't see anything doing wrong. As long as you know who they are, you've met them, is it still okay for me to go? That's pretty much the topic I'm trying to get at. What do you guys think? Is it a bit techie?
What do you reckon,
No.
Andrew?
What does that mean?
What do you mean?
Techie.
He's like
Technical. Dude,
Yeah,
am
technical.
I a boomer?
Technical.
God,
technical.
okay.
That's what it means.
I think they're their own person first before they met you, right? So
Yeah.
they're gonna have their own friends and
Yeah.
things. And it's up to them whether or not they want to introduce you and ask you to hang out. Because let's say I had friends before you guys, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd even have that thought to ask you guys to come hang out.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if it happens, it happens,
Yeah,
right?
if it happens, there's nothing.
Yeah, like if it's convenient.
Yeah.
But why is it any different if it's like something in a relationship,
Yeah.
right?
So you think
there's-
it's good for them to have your own separate friends as well
Yeah.
for them to do?
Because if you're worried, I think I'd say there's underlying feelings of like insecurity and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
fine, right? Because everyone's at different stages in their relationship
Yeah.
where they just need to communicate and express why they're feeling insecure and things like that.
Mm.
Because I was the same before, right? Like I'd have these thoughts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but then I've been on both sides
Yeah.
where I've like hung out with girls that have their own boyfriends,
Yeah.
and like I feel shit, right? Because I'm like, oh,
Like you, the boyfriend should be here as well.
yeah,
Yeah,
'cause-
I get
or
that.
they didn't even tell them,
Yeah.
and I'm
Oh.
like,
Okay.
is that different?
I think if you don't tell them, that's like that'd be a
Yeah.
bit.
Did she
interesting.
bring up
Why
to you
not
like, I
telling
didn't
them?
tell my boyfriend that I'm
Yeah.
leaving? Oh.
Or didn't bring it up, but like I know, right?
Yeah.
Because she
Oh.
didn't. Yeah, because she doesn't bring it up. But I think
Ah.
that's one thing. But like,
I see.
not saying that's right or wrong either. It's because it doesn't matter if that's the right thing. It just because ultimately it's a relationship between two people and what they feel
Yeah.
comfortable, right?
Case by
Mm.
case.
If both of them feel happy isolating themselves from friends, but they're perfectly happy and that's what they
Yeah.
want, then that's the right thing
Yeah.
for them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I guess depends on
Yeah.
the person
As long as
because
it's not hidden.
because I actually talked to my mum about this, right?
Yeah.
She'd be like, no way. She would never, like, let's say you had a husband, wife, there would be no way the husband should hang out with a girl of the opposite, like, a
One-on-one?
person of the opposite gender,
Mm.
if she has a wife. Like, the wife should be there. That's my mum, that's her.
Dude, that's what
thinking.
my mom's. Dude, is this
Yeah.
just like I think it's a protective
Yeah, I think.
thing.
But
you know
then
what
I was
mean?
like, what happens if it's the same gender? She'll be like, no, that's fine. But if it's opposite gender, no. So that's, I don't know if that's a difference in age gap thinking.
Yeah.
Like how, and I'll describe to her, like, as long as if you communicate, is that still fine? And stuff like that. But she'll be like, no, it just wouldn't happen. Like, you would invite them.
Yeah.
And if they say no, then yes, then you're fine. But she would still think it's weird. But they should be there with you.
I
Yeah.
see.
Do you think that's very different to how we think?
it's age and culture.
You think so?
I think
yeah.
so.
For sure.
The Asian culture.
But then I'm sure there's been many instances where, like,
Yeah.
let's say they are lenient
Yeah.
and like stuff actually progresses and
Yeah,
stuff,
I
right?
guess so.
Yeah. So like it's there for a reason as well. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
interesting,
It's up to you whether or not you wanna. Like just gotta weigh the benefits of is it worth getting hurt versus the mental.
Yeah.
And it probably would depend on the couple. Like each couple is
Yeah.
probably different the way to
Exactly.
deal
Yeah,
with
yeah.
things.
I think the older couples as well, like what's it called? Something of marriage. I know what it's called. Like
Yeah.
the convention of marriage to them is very important. So like you should share the rest of your life with them.
Yeah.
So like taking small parts out of that, then even if you communicate, they might feel hurt because they weren't a part of your life for a certain period.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why people who are a bit older would feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something in my eye. It feels like I'm crying.
It's alright.
But yeah, I know. I think leading on from that was what do you guys think about dating your friend's ex? Why am I crying? I'm crying.
Personal story, dude.
It's close to home. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys been in this position at all?
No, but I guess like okay, dating your friend's ex. I
Yeah.
think it's a bit again. It depends again because let's say Andrew's ex. This is just hypothetical situation. I don't think I would ever consider that because it's a close friend.
Yeah.
And I just don't think it would. Like, I would never
Well,
say
she's
never.
perfect for you.
Yeah, again, never say never, but then I just don't think it would come across my mind like that. Let's
Yeah.
say if you had an ex,
'Cause
I
you
don't think it would
always
come
hear Andrew's
across
ex.
my mind.
Yeah.
And obviously it could work. I'm sure some people could work, but it wouldn't cross my mind ever initially.
Yeah.
Even whether, let's say you guys end on good terms, everything's fine, it just probably wouldn't ever cross my mind.
Yeah.
Just best to be safe, right?
Yeah, and I don't think it'd be
Yeah, you better be
respectful
safe.
for you, even though you might be like it's okay
Mm.
and all that. I don't think just in the back of my mind, it probably wouldn't ever cross my mind. But then I would never say it's wrong. I don't think it's ultimately wrong for you to do that because I mean love knows no boundaries. You could love someone and that could just perfectly work out and they might be the best person for you. But I guess initially it would never cross my mind. I guess what do you guys think?
It's like a blank canvas, right? Like, let's say you met a person that you didn't know. You already start off like on not the wrong footing, but like there's
Yeah.
already like
History.
something that you shouldn't, like just one reason why you shouldn't date them already.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like I don't see why you have to push forward when there's like so many other options that you can go for that don't have that initial point. And I guess it, but each person's different in how they value their friendships, right? Like personally for me, I wouldn't want to, like my friendships, if I call you a friend, it's like a lot more valuable than what I'd consider a potential relationship. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's wrong either. It's like relationships end, people decide who they want to be with, right? Like nothing's going to be permanent. It just, as long as two people are happy, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you cared about the other person as well, you'd want them to be happy.
To be happy as well.
Yeah.
So.
Or you want your friend and then your ex to be happy as well.
So you're saying you would be perfectly fine with it if that was the case?
I wouldn't say I'd be perfectly fine.
you'd be
Like obviously I'm
reverse.
human. I'd probably die on the inside for a bit, but you'd have to just come to realize that
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Like you'd much rather that than like, I don't know, both people to be like lonely and unhappy because of
That's
you.
true.
Like and
Because,
that's the only reason, right?
Yeah.
Like everything else is great,
Everything seems fine. Yeah.
but they just not getting together because of you. Yeah.
I think you made a good point when you said close friend. If it's a close friend, I think the relationship between yourself and a close friend is a lot different to just like an acquaintance, that kind of thing. Because, like personally, if it was me and then one of my close friends dated next, like yourself or Andrew, then I would probably be hurt. I would just be like, unless you, like, even if you ask me, I'd still be like, it's not the best. Maybe it's been like 1 year, 2 years, that kind of thing. Maybe a bit less. But if it's like fresh, then I'd say probably be a lot more reverse.
Because then I think if that was the case, the friends probably wouldn't be as close anymore.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it would be weird if we just hung out together.
Yeah, and also how serious you were. Like if you just had like a 2-week fling or like a month fling with a girl, and then your friend dates them, I think that's not too bad. But if you've dated for 2 years and then like 6 months later she's dating your friend, I think you'd still hurt a lot more. Yeah.
Why do you think it hurts though? Is it because like they're your friend and like you can see the similarities and it's like, oh, why can't it be me? Or is it like,
why would it hurt? Yeah, that's.
Or does it just expose your insecurities and just?
It could be because you want to be happy for your friend, but then you also that's your ex. I don't know. Even if you break on good terms, you might feel compared to your ex initially. If it's after like a long period of time, then you'll feel less like involved in your ex's life. I don't know if you're still.
Is it a time thing?
So you think time? Like let's say it's 10 years down the track.
Yeah.
You probably wouldn't be as worried.
Yeah,
right?
because I'm assuming I would have moved on by then.
And people change as well.
Exactly.
As well, so
like I would love you guys to date. Not love you, but like I wouldn't mind if you guys dated like my exes now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's been.
Same.
Is it a time thing? I don't even know.
I think it's probably also maybe time, but also because obviously time heals all wounds, right? As the saying goes. But then also I think how you change as a person, because you look back at yourself, let's say 5 years ago, hypothetically, or some people might be 1 year ago, then are you the same person back then? And if you're not, then it probably wouldn't really affect you as much.
Exactly.
But obviously if it's fresh, 1 week, 2 weeks, you're probably not as different to yourself 1 or 2 weeks ago. Then that's probably why it's still on your mind. But if it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years ago, it probably wouldn't bother you as much, do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it varies between guy breaking up with girl versus girl breaking up with guy for ex-friends, that kind of thing?
So saying if
like your friend's a girl...
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. You have to be gay then.
Wait.
I was thinking like I'm friends with the girl, and she breaks up with ex, I'm friends with her ex. You know what I mean? Like...
okay.
No,
I think it'll be both ways, either way. Like, if you're a girl or guy, whether it's an ex, I think. But, I mean, some people might take... I guess it depends on the personality, right? So
yeah.
Because how's it different to like best friends, right? Let's say two best mates have a falling out, but still like respect each other, right? But then their best mate becomes it's not that bad, is it?
Not that deep. Yeah, no, okay, I feel you.
Or is it? I don't know.
No, you change your mind. I agree with you.
So what is it just the opposite sex that plays a part in terms of having a sexual relationship, you reckon?
I think so, because you wouldn't expect your best friend to like
they're just hanging out doing the things that you want to do with your other mate.
Yeah,
but
right.
It's not with you. I don't know. How's that any different?
It's a good parallel to make, I think, yeah, because that is quite similar. Because friends and intimate partners, they do a lot of the same things apart from the intimate part. Because spending time with each other, that's a very important part of a friendship as well.
Yeah.
So if you feel, I think like you said, time heals all wounds. I
Yeah.
think most things after time will be fine.
I thought it was alcohol. No, it's not alcohol. Don't drink, guys.
No, don't drink.
No, I don't drink. Do you drink much?
I drink socially,
Yeah.
but like recreationally, not really. Like outside of that, no.
No.
I'm a social drinker.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Another relationship though. Just
Wow.
relationship.
We're pouring our hearts out today.
Okay. Long distance relationship. Do you think? Again, obviously, all our answers I feel are like
Need context.
you need context. Everyone's different. It can work. It can't work. Would you guys do a long distance relationship? I guess that's my question. Would you guys personally? I think we would all prefer it probably not to be.
Yeah.
But would you do it? Would you do it if this person is in, say, America?
Have you met them? Like,
Yeah.
like, is it like you were together in person and then they decided to move off?
Let's say that's the scenario. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. Never been in this position to
right.
even think about it.
Every long distance relationship I've seen has fallen apart after they've become long distance within a couple of months.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like I may be a bit biased, but like I feel like there's definitely like the in-person thing is huge for an intimate relationship as well.
Yeah.
So I would probably stay away from it. But if it was like really serious, like let's say I've been dating her for 3 years and she has to go away for 6 months, that's perfectly fine. Come back after 6 months.
Okay.
But like if you're only dating for like 2-3 months, I think a whole month apart, another 2 months apart, will probably put too much strain for us to survive. Unless it was like from the start we were like, I want to marry you like that.
Right.
Then it just depends how close you are.
Let's say you've dated for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And they have to move there for work.
Yeah.
Would you feel inclined to move there too?
How long would they be there?
Look, they don't know. They're just
Ooh.
there for work. Let's say you've dated for such a long time and you
Yeah.
guys are obviously going really, really well. But should that person, let's say you got an opportunity to go to America, let's say, would you feel like you shouldn't take it because you've been in that 3-year relationship in Brisbane?
Yeah. I think I would still consider myself as like, do I actually want to go to America or am I only moving because I'm with them? Because then if the relationship falls apart, then what am I doing in America?
Right,
You know
gotcha,
what I mean?
yeah.
So it has to align with my personal goals and the relationship goals. I think in a good relationship, usually that's the hand in hand.
Yeah.
But if it's not like that, then I think
Wow, that's crazy.
you take some time, yeah.
But then, like, let's say you got the offer to go to America for your job,
Yeah.
or whatever. Do you think you should take it or not take it? Because you've dated this person for 3 years.
I think I would discuss with them.
Yeah.
I would still be like, okay, my personal goals are this.
Yeah.
I've been working really hard for this.
For this, yeah.
If you want to work with me, then you can come with me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can try long distance, and
Yeah.
then that's up to them if they want to maintain it or not.
Yeah.
But I think just because relationships can end,
Yeah.
you need to be considerate of, okay, let's say hypothetically I don't take this, am I going to resent my partner in the future?
Yeah.
If-
For
if
not
we
taking
break
it.
That's
up,
even
yeah.
worse, right?
So
Exactly,
you logically think it, not really hard. So you think more with your brains rather
That's
than
because
your
he's not in a relationship, bro.
I'm a single Pringle, no relationships to me, bro. Yeah. So it is.
That's,
heart. Yeah.
I guess you have to think about if I was in the position, I think because I'm like this person, I probably wouldn't even, I'm more inclined to not even take the offer, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like, I don't know, working for
Like a dream offer, like you're working what for? Like,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of in my head, like a dream thing.
yeah.
it's,
If it's a dream thing, your partner should understand that though, right? Do you think?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd want the best for them, right?
Mm.
I think it's hard for me because I'm in healthcare, right? So that's
Yeah.
the perk of it. You can go work anywhere. So it's not that big of a deal.
Mm.
I guess the main thing is just missing friends and family here, right?
Mm.
I'd say like, let's say, are they moving away like permanently, or is there like a date where they will come back?
They just don't know. They're not sure when they'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's not that deep. We're still young. Like, just go for it. Like, go for like 3-6 months. If you hate it, you can always
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Experience it. Why not?
Yeah. Like, relationships change as well. Like, there's no
People
need to
change
stay
and all
here
that
as well.
stuff.
Yeah, people change.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
But then there are some people that value relationships probably more than their career.
Mm.
I
Yeah,
think,
exactly. It's all about your core
There's no
values as
right
well.
answer.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
Just depends on what you prioritize. Like, I would do, let's say I was like hesitant about moving.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'd let them move and then do long distance for a bit. And if I really feel like, okay, I'm going to be with this person the rest of my life, I think I would put some of my personal goals aside and move.
And so let's say you do move, and then you really enjoy that job, but then you really do think she is
The one.
you the one, right? Then what do? Are you going to move back, or are you going to try to get her to move there? Like, what will happen? Yeah, because if you really think she is the one, like you genuinely do love her, and obviously long distance a bit more difficult. Obviously that's not going to happen forever. What would happen then?
Bro, well, there's only one of the ones, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas there's many jobs that you can take.
Yeah.
Even if it's not your dream job, it can still be a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just depends what you value.
Again,
Yeah. But there's only one. That's why it's the one.
Exactly. Like, if she's your whole world, then like a job is just money at the end of the day. Even if you enjoy your work, you can still find another way to enjoy yourself.
But then, the hard part is, let's say you do think she's the one, and then somehow something happens, and then it just doesn't work out. Then would you regret that choice for not being there, right? So it's just all about life situations, because you never really know, right?
You can't regret it, though.
You can't regret it,
Yeah, because you did it,
that
right?
That is true, yeah.
At the time, if that was your whole world, then you can forgive yourself for that. You can just be like, okay, look.
You understand the situation, yeah.
Exactly. And like with a wife or something, if you want to have kids, then I think kids is a lot more fulfilling than a job in general anyway. So like you got to think about, what do I value? Yeah.
Do you guys all want kids?
I do.
Andrew?
I'm undecided.
How many kids would you want?
Probably 2. I think that's the most manageable.
Yeah.
If I had like more than 2, or if I had 1, it'd be okay as well. But I feel like only child, like, did I have as much time to develop with like a sibling? Like, it's like with homeschooling versus like public schooling.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I feel like you need to have someone else to instill values in you, that kind of thing. Like older brother, older sister, they really help a lot.
Do you think like odd numbers bad? Because I know some people don't like 3 kids because they feel like one will always be left out.
The middle child, usually,
something like that.
I think that's up to you as a parent to make sure they're all included, but I'd probably say 2 is enough. Let's say after 2, we both feel like we're very capable parents. Yeah. And we can handle a 3rd. Yeah. Then why not? Okay. Yeah. You?
Yeah, I think maybe eventually. I feel like I saw this somewhere saying that like having a child is probably like your life will change so much, as in like the way you go about things, the way you think things, and the way you do things is different, and it's like a completely different fulfilling thing. So yeah, I think eventually it'd be nice, but that's probably further down the track. But like I don't think I could do 8 kids or something like that. Like too many, too crazy.
Like,
but
why not? Dude, set up a whole like company. Kids.
Whole basketball team. But
no,
I think eventually down the track it'll be good. Yeah.
I think we've had this chat. It's like, because we're friends. We're all like-minded, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know. Even though I said I'm undecided, right? Like, let's say I have kids. I wouldn't mind if my kids hung out with Lewis's kids. And then if we get like a little family from...
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Funny as.
Could you imagine? I'd be happy. Like if my kid dated or whatever, had a relationship with Andrew's kid.
Like the in-laws are sorted.
Yeah, it would be fun. It would be fun. Like we'll just have family trips and stuff.
And if your kids turn out like yourself as well, like your uncles, you'll be like uncles and aunties to the kids as well. That's fulfilling as well.
Yeah, no, it'll be so shit.
That's how like villages and stuff worked back in the day anyway. But a bit more incest, I think. Because if it's like a tiny village,
I could imagine, like, if we all had kids around the same time, and then our kids just grew up together, and they became good friends. Because it's really a possibility.
Really we could watch it happen as well. That'd be even more fulfilling.
Yeah. It'd be so interesting. They'll jump on the podcast as well, like.
Yeah.
We'll have our podcast, and then they'll have
they
their
won't
own.
have podcasts.
Yeah, they'll have probably like
the baby podcast.
They'll have like some
sound.
7G bullshit where you just know the person's thoughts.
It is right. My days.
Crazy. How time flies.
Alright.
Nice.
Need to get some wise.
I don't know. Do you guys have any other topics you want to discuss?
That was pretty good. I was pretty tired at the start, but it was a
good topic.
pretty riveting conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I think by the time this goes out, we would have like four videos already.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Episode 2. Yeah, that's right.
Because we have 4 videos lined up, and then this one will be our 5th. That's what I'm thinking and planning. And then we have a couple more videos to film today. So
yes,
Yeah,
Start
no,
something new.
exciting.
How much
please.
relationship stuff can we talk about?
Yeah,
know,
please.
right?
I mean, I think like if you guys have any topics,
Yeah.
you should let us know to discuss. And if there's any questions or even like questions you want to ask us, you can submit on our website.
It's anonymous.
Yeah, everything's literally down in the description, like our email, our bless the mess situations, our ask questions. So yeah, I think it's pretty good.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Whether you're, I don't know, on your way to work, uni, cleaning up,
On
Yeah,
the way home.
appreciate.
whenever
Yeah.
people
Appreciate the
listen to
support.
podcasts,
Yeah.
stuck
Tuck in
in
the
traffic, we appreciate it. And we look forward to talking to you guys again.
All right, sounds
All right.
good.
See you guys.
See you
Signing
guys.
out. Bye.
Bye.